Business owners in the small Tararua-based town of Woodville, are facing the prospect of closing their doors because of the fall in traffic caused by the closure of the Manawatu Gorge Road. Now, Woodville is at the east end of the Manawatu Gorge, of course, and the road that is used as an alternative route when the gorge is closed does not pass through Woodville. A large slip closed what was the main thoroughfare between the Manawatu region and Hawke's Bay and the northern Wairarapa in April, and the New Zealand Transport Agency announced last week the road will be closed indefinitely due to dangerous, unstable land above the slip. But as the main alternative route, Saddle Road, is put under severe pressure and its conditions are beginning to deteriorate, locals are questioning why it wasn't upgraded sooner. Gemma Brackybush reports from Woodville.
The Gorge Road will be closed indefinitely, but for business owners, the reality of what that means has just begun to hit. Teresa De Vries owns the new Central Motor Inn on Woodville's main street, where their visitor numbers have fallen rapidly.
We would have the truck drivers. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we could be booked up. Thursday you get a couple, then Friday would start getting the tourists in for the weekend, but in the last 3 weeks we've had 7 people in.
As a result, they've decided to close their restaurant.
At the moment we're using our own money to prop up our business, and with the gorge now confirmed that it's closed, that's something we're going to have to look at personally ourselves to see if we carry the business on.
A few kilometres down the road towards the slip is Bridge Cafe. Owner Rebecca Algie says apart from locals, no one knows they're accessible.
Business is down 73%. People that don't know the area do not come in here. For a number of reasons. Obviously the road closed sign puts them off a lot, but also like Google Maps, it's shut like all the way up there.
She's had to lay off 10 casual staff members, which isn't unusual in winter, but with no time frame of when the road may open, she says some hard decisions will need to be made.
The business isn't viable while the gorge is shut, unfortunately. I only set in stone on Friday found out, so I don't have a plan of action just yet.
Locals say there's been a definite drop in traffic down the main street. With the closure of the gorge, the two other options are the Saddle Road or the Pahia Tour track, both which have options that bypass the town. Artist Nick White has a studio tucked off the main street. In the summer, 40 people would walk through his door, but with the road closed, that number's dropped to less than 10. He says slips have closed the Gorge Road numerous times in the past and is critical that Saddle Road hasn't been upgraded sooner.
NZTA have actually dropped the ball here. And the gorge closed for about 10 months or so. In 2011, we closed and we used the Saddle Road, which was just torn up really bad. When they reopened, they said, right, we're going to do up the Saddle Road. They haven't done it up yet.
Denise Robertson lives in Palmerston North and drives the Saddle Road every day to her job in Dannevirke. She brought her parents to Woodville to show them how bad the road really is.
I drive it at night as well and early in the morning, and it's just horrible. The road's a mess, there's lots of trucks on the road, it's just, awful.
Truck driver Sarah Diprose also drives the Saddle Road daily and echoes that the road is less than ideal.
It is quite dangerous where it's breaking up in places, and general people and vehicles don't realise the logistics of what we're carting over there, the weight, so we get quite slow coming from the Woodville side and from the Palmerston North side because it's quite a big hill.
Woodville locals are remaining positive and are hoping the government will explore solutions to help them keep their doors open. Evan Natras owns the Viking Hall and says business is slowing, but he's thought of a way the government could help.
The thing I thought could be possible was a tax relief in the form of perhaps letting local businesses off provisional tax. That's not asking for a tax cut, it means we'd still be paying tax at the end of the year, but instead of paying money in advance on the provisional tax when there is no money coming in, we wait till the end of the year and then sort of pay out what's owed rather than paying what we don't have now.
Artist Nick White says the town will manage, but they really need the traffic to keep coming through.
Woodville in its own is not a destination in its own right. It's a place that people pass through.
Because it's those passes through that are the lifeline for this small community. In Woodville, Gemma Brackybush.